Welcome back to Blooms and Stitches by Anne-Marie. I'm trying to make sure that the intro is very short because I see from my analytics that you guys are not watching the video straight through, so I'm going to be very quick. We are repotting Coleuses today. Let me show you. There. Are we repotting? Because the roots are beginning to grow out of the bottom of the pot and they're beginning to get leggy. So we're going to repot. We're going to pinch of some and propagate them to grow in other pots as well. What are we using to repot? Let me show you. Mix Vermiculite, Horticultural Charcoal. Got it from Plant Heaven Supply. If you're in Toronto, link them up. And worm castings. Worm castings protect their roots and make sure that, you know, maybe they don't get too saggy or get root rot, whatever. Protects their roots. Charcoal, make sure that the soil is aerated. Also give them vitamins. Vermiculite, slow release vitamins, also keep some of the moisture in there. So we're not going to use a lot of the vermiculite and a lot of the perlite. I forgot to show you the perlite. This is a perlite. All right, the perlite retains water, vermiculite retains water, worm casting does, and a little bit too. So what we're going to do is to make sure that we're putting a whole lot of the pro mix that has some perlite already. We're going to use a lot of the charcoal, but we're going to use less and less and less of this. Also notice that I have some thrips going on. I did wash this one, so she's looking a little bit down because the water is still on her leaves. But I'm going to put a little bit of Dr. Bronner's in this water, rinse them off after I've taken them out of their pots, repot them, and that's it. I don't know if I'm going to spray them because if I've already washed them off with some diluted Dr. Bronner's, I don't think I need to go any further. Let's get the show on the road now. Let's stop it here. This is from my balcony, by the way, so let me show you the view. So beautiful, huh? Kids are in the pool downstairs. Ooh. That I had some leftover charcoal. I can use. And a little bit of worm casting that is left over in this bag. I'm going to put it on here. Already looks damp. Okay, let's get on with it. I'm putting both of them together in a bigger pot. Not necessarily a size up because they're going to be in the same pot, so maybe 2 sizes up. If it was one, it would have been 1 sizes up, but I'm putting both of them in a pot, so it's 2 sizes up. Okay? Okay. Have all of those that we need to unpot and repot. this is what I'm repotting them in, so I can monitor their roots. It's looking floppy now because it's wet, but it's okay. When it dries, it will come back up. Put it in the middle, fill it. Repotting is a dirty work, but to me, I love it. It's so nice when you get your hands into the soil, but some people don't like it. So you can wear gloves to protect your hands. Don't like me. Okay. Beat aside, make sure that there's soil, that nice mixture everywhere for this coleus. Okay. Make sure that all the air pockets are full, but you're not compressing it, because you still need to make sure that your plant can breathe in there. All right, so let's get the rest of those finished and we'll come back. So my daughter was playing a little music in the background, and I didn't want to get a strike from YouTube, so I'm just gonna do the voiceover. I had some coleuses before that I was propagating. They've grown roots. If you look at the video here, you can see that the roots have grown out. I'm going to repot them, but I'm going to use Superthrive to repot the propagated coleus. Superthrive helps to minimize the shock that the plant go through when you're transferring them from one medium to the other. So when I propagated them, I just placed them in a bit of water, and so I'm transferring them to soil, and therefore I'm using the Superthrive in this water. You just use a drop or two, but I'm eyeballing it. Don't do what I do. Follow the instructions on the box that it came in. But as you can see, I am just going to put a few drops in there. I am going to put the propagated plants inside of that mixture and leave it to soak for a little time, for 15 minutes. So while we're waiting on those propagated coleus cuttings to soak in the Superthrive, I am going to go ahead and just to cut some other pieces from the leggy coleuses and put them to propagate. And this is the reason why I'm always having coleuses, because as soon as they become leggy, like this one that I'm showing you, I pinch them off and I pick off the lower limb and I place them in water to propagate. And don't worry if you have to pick off parts of your coleus, you know, it's okay. The plant loves that, because what it does is to encourage it to grow a little bit more bushier than it is. It encourages it to spread and to grow bigger and fluffier and just more beautiful. When you're propagating your coleus, please remember to sanitize your scissors. Things like rust fungus can transfer from your scissors to another plant, so you want to be careful just to ensure that your scissors are clean, right? So here is where I've completed putting my coleus cuttings to propagate. Now this is where I keep them, because usually they like to stay, the roots stay in a dark place. And then within 2 weeks, you'll notice that the roots have grown out and your coleuses are ready to propagate. 2 weeks, 3 weeks tops. Also, remember every week to just change the water from out of your propagation jar just to make sure that they have fresh water. That we finish cutting off the leggy coleus plants and putting it to propagate, here's how we're transferring the propagated ones that we had before that have grown roots. They were in the Superthrive. We just put them in there. We're just barely putting them to the top, making sure that the top of the where the roots has grown is a little bit exposed. You don't want to put it too far down. You want to make sure that it's getting a little bit of what of air to the top. Also, the liquid, the mixture of Superthrive and water, you want to use that to water your coleus for the next 4 to 5 watering. Well, technically it's supposed to be 2 to 3, but I do 4 to 5 watering just to make sure that I'm supporting my baby coleus through whatever transplant shock that they're going through. You want to make sure that your baby coleus is getting bright, indirect light while it's growing. So I'm going to make sure that I'm putting her right where the grow lights are. I have a little fan, and I also have an humidifier that I'm going to make sure that she's getting a little bit of that humidity while she's growing and getting stronger. So I'm gonna end the video right here. I hope you enjoyed my video on how I repotted my coleuses, how I propagated and picked off the leggy coleus to propagate them for future future plants, and how I transferred from the propagated water to the soil medium for the baby coleuses. With that being said, thank you so much for joining me, Anne Marie, here at Blooms and Stitches by Anne Marie. Lots of exciting videos to come. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. Hit that post notification bell so that you're notified when there are new videos. Leave a comment and I'll respond to them as soon as possible. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful day until I see you in the next one.